Hello everyone, if you're returning from my last video, welcome back to Video Game Weapons in History. It's where I take real guns that have appeared in video games and give you the historical backdrop of the weapons. In my last video, we looked at the father of all modern assault rifles, the Sturmgewehr 44. Go ahead and click on that if you haven't seen it yet. Today I'm going to be talking about a weapon that hasn't changed much at all in the last 60 years since it was first prototyped, the legendary AK-47. This weapon is a select-fire gas-operated assault rifle that fires a 7.62 by 39mm cartridge at 600 rounds per minute from a 30-round or 40-round box mag, or a 75-round or 100-round drum mag. It is the weapon that has shaped countries into freedom zones and dictatorships. Being produced from 1949 till 1959, with 75 million guns made, it has been in service with the USSR from 1949 till the 1980s, and the present government of Russia till this day, along with many rifles sold abroad to many countries around the world. Design work on the AK-47 began in the last year of World War II as a counter to the German Sturmgewehr 44 assault rifle, along with other projects. After the war in 1946, the AK-47 was presented for the official military trials. In 1948, the rifle was introduced into service with selected units in the Soviet Army. In 1949, the AK-47 was officially accepted by the Soviet Armed Forces and used by the majority of the members of the Warsaw Pact. Even after 6 decades, the model and its variants remain the most popular and widely used assault rifle in the world because of their substantial reliability under harsh conditions and low production costs compared to Western weapons, availability in virtually every geographic region, and the ease of use. The AK-47 has been manufactured in many countries and has seen service with armed forces and irregular forces such as gangs, terrorists, and guerrilla forces worldwide. Throughout the world, the AK and its variants are among the most commonly smuggled small arms sold to governments, rebels, criminals, and civilians alike, with little international oversight. In some countries, prices for AKs are very low. In Somalia, Rwanda, Mozambique, and Congo, prices are between $30 and $125 per weapon, and prices have fallen in the last few decades due to mass counterfeiting. Moses Naim observed that in a small town in Kenya in 1986, an AK-47 cost 15 cows, yes, that's actual animal cows, but that in 2005, the price was down to 4 cows, indicating that supply was immense. The weapon has appeared in numbers of conflicts, including clashes in the Balkans, Iraq, Afghanistan, and Somalia. The Taliban and the Northern Alliance fought each other with Soviet AKs. Some of these were exported to Pakistan. The gun is now also made in Pakistan's semi-autonomous areas. The distribution of Iranian ammunition in Africa by the private British arms tracking group Conflict Armament Research shows how Iran broke trade embargoes and infiltrated African markets with massive amounts of illegal, unmarked 7.62 rounds for the Kalashnikov-style AK-47 rifles. Estimated numbers of AK-type weapons vary. The Small Arms Survey suggests that between 70 and 100 million of these weapons have been produced since 1947. The World Bank estimates that out of 500 million total firearms available worldwide, 100 million of the Kalashnikov family and 75 million are AK-47s. Because AK-type weapons have been made in other countries, often illicitly, it is impossible to know how many really exist. The AK-47 and its variants are made in dozens of countries, with quality ranging from finely engineered weapons to pieces of workmanship. As a result, the AK-47 has a service life of approximately 6,000 to 10,000 to 15,000 rounds. The AK-47 was designed to be a cheap, simple, and easy to manufacture assault rifle, perfectly matching Soviet military doctrine that treats equipment and weapons as disposable items, as units are often deployed without adequate logistical support and dependent on battlefield cannibalization for resupply, but it is actually more cost-effective to replace rather than repair. The weapons have small parts and springs that need to be replaced every few thousand rounds. However, every time it is disassembled beyond the field stripping stage, it will take some time for some of the parts to regain their fit. Some of the parts tend to shake loose and fall out when firing the weapon. Speaking of firing, The AK-47's accuracy has always been considered to be good enough to hit an adult male torso out to about 300 meters. Expert shooters firing from a prone or at a bench rest position had difficulty putting 10 consecutive rounds on target. Despite the Soviet engineers' best efforts and no matter the changes, the AK-47's accuracy could not be significantly improved. When it came to precise shooting, it was a stubbornly mediocre arm. An AK can fire a 10-shot group of 5.9 inches at 100 meters and 17.5 inches at 300 meters. Curiously, the newer stamped steel receiver AKM models are actually less accurate than their predecessors. There are advantages and disadvantages in both forged receivers and stamped receivers, flexing less as the rifle is firing, thus hindering chances of having metal fatigue under heavy usage. As a result, the milled AK-47s are capable of shooting 3 to 5 in groups at 91 meters, whereas the stamped AKMs are capable of shooting 4 to 6 in groups at 91 meters. The best shooters are able to hit a man-sized target at 800 meters within 5 shots or 10 shots, and that is firing from prone or a bench rest position. Alright, that looks like it's about done it for this video. Hope you guys have learned something. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.